Have you ever wondered why two people can earn the same income, work equally hard, and live in the same city? Yet one ends up financially free, while the other struggles paycheck to paycheck for decades. Most people assume the answer is luck, education, or a high-paying job. But according to Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, the real difference lies in the lessons people learn about money from an early age. The book tells the story of two father figures. One is highly educated, works hard, earns a respectable income, and believes the safest path to success is getting a good education and securing a stable job. The other has little formal education, but understands business, investing, and wealth creation. One spends his life working for money. The other spends his life learning how to make money work for him. This contrast forms the foundation of one of the most influential personal finance books ever written. The first lesson is simple but life-changing. The rich don't work for money, they make money work for them. Most people spend their entire lives exchanging time for money. They wake up, go to work, earn a salary, pay bills, and repeat the cycle. The wealthy think differently. They understand that money should eventually become an employee instead of remaining the boss. They build businesses, invest in assets, and create systems that continue generating income, even when they are not actively working. The goal is not to stop working, but to stop depending entirely on a paycheck. The second lesson is understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. Many people believe they are becoming wealthier because they own expensive cars, large houses, or luxury items. But the book challenges that thinking. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. This doesn't mean a beautiful home or a nice car is bad. It means you should understand whether your purchases are helping you build wealth or quietly draining your finances. Wealthy people focus first on acquiring assets that generate income, allowing those assets to fund the lifestyle they want later. The third lesson is that financial education is often more valuable than a high income. Schools do an excellent job of teaching subjects like mathematics, science, and history, but very few people graduate understanding taxes, investing, budgeting, debt management, or entrepreneurship. As a result, many intelligent and hardworking people earn good salaries but still struggle financially because they were never taught how money works. Learning about finance is not a one-time event. It is a lifelong process that can dramatically improve your future. Another important lesson is that your house isn't always an asset. This idea has sparked debate for years, but the point is to think critically about your finances. If your home requires constant mortgage payments, maintenance, taxes, and repairs without generating income, it may function more like a liability than an asset. The key question is simple. Is this purchase putting money into your pocket or taking money out? Wealth grows when you consistently acquire things that increase your financial strength. The fifth lesson is to stop allowing fear and greed to control your financial decisions. Fear causes people to avoid investing because they are afraid of losing money. Greed causes people to chase unrealistic returns without understanding the risks. Both emotions can be dangerous. Successful investors are not fearless. They simply learn to make informed decisions rather than emotional ones. They understand that every investment carries risk, but they also know that refusing to learn carries its own risk. The sixth lesson is that the rich create opportunities instead of waiting for them. Many people spend years hoping for promotions, salary increases, or better economic conditions. Wealthy individuals often ask a different question. What problem can I solve? Businesses are built by solving problems. Investments are made by recognizing opportunities before everyone else. Success rarely arrives because someone waited patiently for it. More often, it comes because someone was willing to act while others hesitated. The seventh lesson is to pay yourself first. Most people receive their salary, pay everyone else, and save whatever is left. Unfortunately, there is often very little remaining. The wealthy reverse this order. They save and invest first, then adjust their lifestyle around what remains. This simple habit encourages discipline and allows investments to grow consistently over time. Small amounts invested regularly can become significant because of the power of compounding. The eighth lesson is to learn how to take calculated risks. Every successful entrepreneur and investor has faced uncertainty. The difference is that they educate themselves before making decisions. They don't gamble recklessly, but they also don't allow fear to prevent them from moving forward. Every worthwhile opportunity carries some level of uncertainty. The goal is not to eliminate risk, but to understand it well enough to make intelligent decisions. The ninth lesson is to build multiple streams of income. Depending on a single paycheck can leave you vulnerable to unexpected events. Economic downturns, job losses, or industry changes can happen without warning. Multiple income streams provide stability and flexibility. This doesn't necessarily mean owning several businesses. It can include investments, rental income, dividends, freelance work, or any legitimate source of additional income that reduces dependence on one employer. The final lesson is perhaps the most important of all. Money is a tool, not the destination. Many people spend their lives chasing wealth without asking why they want it. The ultimate purpose of financial freedom is not luxury or status. It is choice. It is the freedom to spend time with family, pursue meaningful work, support causes you care about, and live according to your values rather than your financial limitations. Wealth should expand your options, not define your identity. When you step back and look at these lessons together, one message becomes clear. The biggest difference between the rich dad and the poor dad was not intelligence, education, or work ethic. Both men worked hard. Both cared deeply about their families. The difference was how they viewed money. One believed security came from earning more. The other believed security came from understanding how money works. That shift in thinking changed everything. The truth is that building wealth doesn't happen overnight. It requires patience, discipline, continuous learning, and the willingness to think differently from the crowd. You don't need to become wealthy overnight to benefit from these lessons. Even small changes in how you earn, save, invest, and think about money can create extraordinary results over time. If there's one lesson to remember from Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it's this: your financial future is shaped less by how much money you make and more by what you do with the money you have. The habits you build today can determine the opportunities you have tomorrow. If you found these lessons valuable, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. We'll continue exploring the world's greatest books on money, business, psychology, leadership, and personal growth, breaking them down into practical ideas you can apply in your own life. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep investing in the knowledge that can change your future.